Hi, my name is Mark Shapiro. I'm the Executive Director at the Harry and Rose Samson Family JCC, and this is my Moment of Torah. This week's Parsha is Parsha Vayera, and it literally means, and I appeared. This is part of one of the great stories that we actually read during Pesach. We're in the second chapter of the book of Shemot, of Exodus. Moses has taken his first big leap of faith as a leader. He has been standing out in the fields, came to the burning bush in the last Parsha, and heard the voice of God call out to him. And just like Abraham, when God spoke to him, Moses becomes the next great leader of the Jewish people and accepts that mantle of leadership by responding to a God he cannot see, but instead who he only hears. At this time, the Israelites are slaves in the land of Egypt, and God tells Moses to go and see Pharaoh. He has his first big meeting. He and his brother Aaron go to meet with Pharaoh, and they utter some of the more famous words that we sing at our Passover Seder, the words, "Let my people go." As we know, Pharaoh says no, and in many ways we see Moses really struggling as the leader of the Jewish people. To me, Moses has been a hero for pretty much my entire Jewish leadership because he is a failed leader. He is one who takes risks and goes out and fails and never lets it really stop him from continuing to go back. Moses and Aaron go to Pharaoh. They drop down the staff. He turns into a snake and swallows the snakes that are made by Pharaoh's magicians. But truthfully, this doesn't really work out so well. Pharaoh not only doesn't recognize the God that Moses and Aaron pray to, but Pharaoh actually makes the lives of the Israelites much harder. And the very people who are meant to follow Moses get angry with him and decide, we're not going to follow you anymore if every time you go to see the Pharaoh, your meeting ends up creating more work for us. Sometimes I feel like that's what happens every time I'm in a meeting here at the JCC. But the reality is that Moses inspires us because he ultimately realizes that you have to take a chance, that failure is not the chance to just walk away. It would have been easier for Moses not to answer the call. In the last Parsha, when the burning bush was there, he could have ignored it. He could have easily decided that on the 6th and the 7th plague, when it failed, that the Israelites' lives were getting harder, he could just walk away. As we come to the beginning of our new calendar year, we have to ask ourselves, what are the things that we hope for? We always hope for the success in our lives. We hope for great things to happen, that our lives should be filled with health and happiness and prosper. But do we ever actually hope that we will create failure in our lives? That we'll go ahead and find a way to take a risk? That for this year, I hope that each of us find a chance to push ourselves beyond what we had expected. That we take a chance, that we fall down. One of the great books out there for how to raise a child is The Blessing of a Skinned Knee. And it comes to mind as I think about what it means to fall down, wipe off our knees, get ourselves back up again, and realize that we can learn just as much from the things that go wrong in our lives as those things that go right. So for this week's Moment of Torah, I wish you that. Not only a year filled with joy and happiness and lots of great prosperity, but I hope it comes after a few failures of taking a risk, giving it your best shot, and realizing that when you fall down, you can wipe off your knees and get back up again. Shabbat Shalom.